My dear children, be still for a moment and listen to the sound of my heart beating for you. Imagine standing in a quiet chapel at dawn where the first rays of sunlight stream through stained glass, painting the floor with hues of gold and crimson. The faint chime of a bell echoes through the silence, and altar candles flicker gently as if bowing in reverence to my glory. In this sacred stillness, you are not alone. I am here, closer to you than the breath you draw, waiting for you to lay down every burden and rest in my presence. Let your soul exhale the weight it has carried, for I long to fill you with peace that the world cannot give. You are safe in my embrace, for I am your Father, and I delight in you. My dear children, I have watched over you since the beginning of your days. I have seen your tears, your struggles, your victories, and your fears. Yet through it all, my love for you has never wavered. I speak now because I want you to know beyond all doubt that you are never abandoned. This message is my gift to you, a reminder that my mercy is greater than your deepest regret, and my grace stronger than your greatest weakness. You may have wandered, but you have never left my sight. I call you now to stay with me, to listen with an open heart, and to allow my voice to bring healing, renewal, and strength. My dear children, when I formed you, I placed eternity in your heart. You were created not to live in fear or despair, but to walk in the light of my love. Too often, you believe the lies of the enemy who whispers that you are unworthy, forgotten, or alone. But hear my truth. I will never leave you nor forsake you. As it is written, I will be with you always, even to the end of the age. Let those words sink deeply into your soul, for they are my promise to you. I see the burdens you carry, the worries about tomorrow, the pain of yesterday, and the weight of today. Lay them at my feet. You were never meant to carry them alone. Like the shepherd who carries the lamb upon his shoulders, I carry you when you are weary. When your strength fails, my strength becomes your refuge. When your hope fades, my spirit breathes life back into your soul. There are moments when the world feels too dark, when the path ahead seems uncertain, and when your heart trembles with questions. In those moments, remember that I am your light and your salvation. The same power that raised Christ from the dead is at work in you, and nothing can separate you from my love. Not fear, not failure, not even death itself. My dear children, I call you to walk in forgiveness, not only receiving it from me, but also offering it to others. Unforgiveness is a chain that weighs down your spirit, but my mercy is the key that sets you free. Just as I have cast your sins into the depths of the sea, I invite you to release those who have wounded you so that you may walk in freedom and peace. I know your needs before you speak them. I know the longing of your heart for healing, for guidance, for love. Trust me, for I am your provider. Do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. I am already in your future, preparing the way, and I am here in your present, holding you steady. When you feel unseen, know that I gaze upon you with delight. When you feel unheard, know that I bend my ear to listen to every whisper of your heart. When you feel unloved, remember the cross, for it was there that my Son stretched out his arms to show you the measure of my love. Greater love has no one than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. And you, my dear children, are my beloved friends. Let your soul rest now in this truth. Breathe in my peace, let go of your striving, and abide in me. For I am the vine, and you are the branches. Apart from me, you can do nothing, but with me, you will bear fruit that lasts for eternity. My dear children, I am the God who heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. I see the scars that others cannot see, the pain you hide behind your smile, the silent battles you fight in the depths of your soul. Know this, you are never too broken for me to restore. My hands are gentle, and my spirit is like a balm upon your heart. I take what the world calls ruined and make it whole again. I take what seems shattered beyond repair and bring forth beauty from the ashes. Trust in my healing, for I am the great physician, and nothing is impossible for me. When you walk through the storms of life, I do not promise that the wind and waves will never rise, but I do promise that I will be with you in the midst of them. Do you remember how my son spoke to the raging sea, and it became still? In the same way, I speak to the storms in your soul and command them to quiet. Even in the chaos, you can rest in my peace, for I am your anchor, sure and steadfast. My dear children, I have called you not only to receive my love, but to share it with the world. You are the light of the world, a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. Do not be afraid to shine with the love I have placed within you. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every prayer spoken in faith is like a seed planted that will one day bear eternal fruit. Let your life reflect my glory, not through striving or performance, but through resting in me and allowing my Spirit to flow through you. There will be times when the path I call you to walk feels narrow and the cost of obedience seems high. Yet remember, my grace is sufficient for you. When you feel weak, my power is made perfect. Do not measure yourself by the standards of this world, for you are not of this world, you are mine. I have chosen you, set you apart, and placed my Spirit within you. Walk in confidence not in yourself, but in the truth that I, your Father, go before you and behind you. My dear children, you often wonder about your future, about the plans I have for you. Let me reassure you, my plans are not to harm you, but to prosper you, to give you hope and a future. You may not see the full picture now, but every step you take in faith brings you closer to the fulfillment of my promises. Trust me even when the way seems uncertain, for I am weaving all things together for your good. I call you to rest, not in idleness, but in trust. Rest in my presence, for in stillness you will hear my voice. When the world demands your constant striving, I invite you to step aside and drink deeply from the well of my Spirit. In quietness and trust, you will find strength. Do not despise the small moments of prayer, the simple songs of worship, or the silent lifting of your heart to me. These are treasures in my sight, and they draw you closer to the life you were created to live. Remember always, my dear children, that nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. Not your past mistakes, not your present struggles, not your future fears. Neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will ever be able to take you from my hand. You are mine, and I am yours forever. My dear children, listen closely, for I long for you to understand the depth of my heart for you. When I knit you together in your mother's womb, I placed upon you a unique calling, a purpose fashioned before the foundation of the world. Nothing in your life is wasted, not even the seasons of pain or the valleys of sorrow. For I, your Father, am able to use even the hardest parts of your journey to shape you, strengthen you, and draw you nearer to me. Do not be afraid of the wilderness seasons, for even there I walk beside you. Just as I led my people through the desert with a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day, so too do I lead you with my Spirit. When you feel lost, remember that I am your compass. When you feel weak, remember that I am your strength. And when you feel weary, remember that I am the rest your soul craves. My dear children, the world will try to fill your heart with fear, but I have not given you a spirit of fear. I have given you power, love, and a sound mind. Lift your eyes above the waves and look to me. When Peter looked at the storm, he began to sink, but when he fixed his gaze upon my Son, he walked on the water. So too will you find yourself able to do what once seemed impossible when your eyes remain fixed on me. I call you to walk in hope. Hope is not wishful thinking, but a firm anchor rooted in my promises. Just as the morning sun rises without fail, so too does my faithfulness rise upon you each day. Great is my faithfulness, and my mercies are new every morning. Do not dwell on yesterday's failures or tomorrow's worries. Come alive in the grace I offer you today. My dear children, I delight in your prayers, not because I need your words, but because I long for your heart. When you whisper to me in the quiet of the night, when you cry out in desperation, or when you simply sit in silence before me, I hear you. I hold every prayer close, and I answer in ways far greater than you can imagine. Sometimes my answers are swift, sometimes they unfold over time, and sometimes my answer is to give you strength to endure. But know this, I never ignore you, and I never turn away from your cry. I remind you now of my Son's words, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This is not an invitation for a moment, but a lifelong promise. Rest is not found in the fleeting comforts of this world, but in my presence. Bring me your heaviness, and I will exchange it for joy. Bring me your sorrow, and I will turn it into dancing. Bring me your fear, and I will surround you with perfect peace. My dear children, walk in the assurance that you are deeply loved. My love does not depend on your performance, your success, or your worthiness. My love is steadfast, unchanging, eternal. Even when you stumble, I hold you by the hand. Even when you wander, I go in search of you until you are found. You are my beloved, and nothing will ever diminish that truth. My dear children, I want you to know that eternity is written on your hearts. This life you now live is but a breath compared to the everlasting joy that awaits you in my kingdom. Do not fix your eyes only on what you see today, for the things of this world are passing away. Instead, set your gaze upon what is unseen, for that which is eternal can never fade. There will come a day when every tear will be wiped away, when pain and sorrow will be no more, and you will walk in the fullness of my light forever. Until that day, live in the hope of what is to come, for that hope will carry you through the trials of today. When you feel the weight of loneliness pressing in, remember that you are never alone. I dwell with you, my Spirit within you, guiding, comforting, and strengthening. Even in the silence when you wonder if I am near, I am closer than your very breath. Just as the shepherd knows the sound of his sheep, I know the sound of your heart. Nothing escapes my notice, and nothing can silence the song of my love that I sing over you. My dear children, do not underestimate the power of gratitude. A thankful heart opens the door for my joy to fill you. When you choose to give thanks, even in the small things, your spirit lifts, and you begin to see the fingerprints of my goodness all around you. Every sunrise is a reminder of my faithfulness. Every breath you take is a gift of my mercy. Every smile you share is a reflection of my love flowing through you. In thanksgiving, you will discover that I have always been nearer than you realized. I also call you to live with courage. This world will test your faith, but you are not without strength. I have clothed you in the armor of my spirit, the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of my word. Stand firm, my dear children, not in fear, but in confidence, for greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. Let my word dwell richly within you as you meditate on my promises. Your heart will grow strong, your mind will be renewed, and your steps will be guided. My word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. When the way seems dark, hold fast to my truth, and you will not stumble. Speak my promises over your life and over your family, and watch how my Spirit breathes life into even the most barren places. My dear children, do not despise the seasons of waiting. Waiting is not wasted time when you wait in me. In the waiting, I refine your faith, deepen your trust, and prepare your heart for what is to come. Just as a seed is hidden in the soil before it breaks forth into life, so too are my purposes at work in ways unseen. Trust that in my perfect timing I will bring forth the fruit of my plans for you, and it will be more abundant than you have ever imagined. Remember always, you are my masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus to do good works which I prepared for you long ago. You are not an accident, not a mistake, not forgotten. You are chosen, cherished, and called by name. Walk in this identity, for you are not defined by your failures, your past, or the opinions of others. You are defined by my love, and that love never changes. My dear children, lift your eyes to the heavens and remember the home I have prepared for you. This world, with all its struggles and fleeting beauty, is not your final dwelling place. You are citizens of a kingdom that cannot be shaken, a kingdom where righteousness and peace reign forever. I have prepared a place for you, and when your earthly journey is finished, I will welcome you into my presence, where fullness of joy and pleasures eternal await. Let this hope strengthen your heart and steady your steps, for your true treasure is not here, but in heaven with me. Even now, I pour my blessing upon your families. I see your children, your grandchildren, and those you love. I long to surround them with my mercy and draw them close to me. My dear children, entrust them into my hands, for I love them more than you can comprehend. Pray for them without ceasing, and know that I am at work even when you cannot see it. I am the God who calls prodigals home, who lights the path for the wandering, who heals the wounded, and who restores the brokenhearted. Do not allow fear to rule your hearts, for my covenant with you is everlasting. Just as I promised Noah that the waters would never again cover the earth, so I promise you that my love will never fail. My peace is not fragile like the peace of the world. It is strong, unshakable, and eternal. When storms rage, my peace holds you steady. When doubts rise, my peace whispers truth into your soul. When the enemy seeks to steal your joy, my peace guards your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. My dear children, let your faith rise like the dawn. Believe not only that I exist, but that I reward those who seek me. Faith is the key that unlocks the door of my promises. Walk by faith even when you cannot see. Trust me, even when you do not understand. Know that every step of faith brings you deeper into the abundance I have prepared. I remind you of my eternal word. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, and I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This is not a distant promise, but a present reality. Even now, as you hear these words, I am holding you, upholding you, surrounding you with my presence. My dear children, let your heart be encouraged. You are never forgotten, never abandoned, never forsaken. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. As I was faithful to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, David, and countless generations, so I am faithful to you. Rest in this truth. My love for you is unfailing, and my presence will never depart from you. My dear children, hear me as I speak this truth over your lives. You are destined not for defeat, but for victory. The crown of life awaits those who remain steadfast in faith. Though trials may surround you, and the enemy may whisper lies, I have already overcome the world. In my Son, you are more than conquerors, not by your strength, but by mine. Do not see yourself as weak or unworthy, for I clothe you in my righteousness and call you victorious. Lift your heart, for I have placed eternity within you. One day you will stand before me in glory, and every burden you once carried will be gone. Every tear will be wiped away, every sorrow redeemed, and every wound healed in my presence. You will behold me face to face, and my joy will overflow in you like a river that never runs dry. This is the hope to which I have called you, a hope unshakable, a future secure. My dear children, while you walk this earth, let your light shine brightly. Be peacemakers in a world of strife, truth-bearers in an age of confusion, and vessels of compassion in a time of division. The love you show, even in small ways, carries eternal weight. A gentle word, a quiet prayer, an act of kindness. These are seeds of heaven planted in the soil of earth. Never underestimate how I use even the smallest act of faith to bring transformation to hearts and lives. Do not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. Just as the farmer waits for the rains in the season of harvest, so too must you wait in faith, trusting that my Spirit is at work in unseen ways. The good you do is never wasted, for I see it all and will reward you openly. My dear children, I surround you with my blessing. Over your homes, I speak peace. Over your bodies, I speak healing. Over your minds, I speak clarity and rest. Over your souls, I speak joy unspeakable and full of glory. Walk in this blessing, for it is my delight to give good gifts to my children. You are not forgotten. You are chosen, loved, and sealed with my Spirit. Remember, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Your story is safe in my hands, for I am the author who writes with grace, mercy, and redemption. What I begin in you, I will finish. What I promise, I will fulfill. What I bless, no one can curse. Rest in this truth, my dear children, for my word is everlasting. My dear children, draw near to me now and feel the warmth of my presence wrapping around you like a covering of light. You do not walk through this life uncovered or unprotected, for I am your shield and your refuge. When the arrows of discouragement fly, when shadows of doubt attempt to creep in, I lift my hand to guard you. I am your fortress, your hiding place, your everlasting security. Nothing can pierce the wall of my love that surrounds you. I long for you to know that even in the darkest nights, my light shines upon you. The stars that glitter in the heavens were placed by my command, and yet my gaze is fixed more intently upon you than upon all creation. You are the crown of my workmanship, my treasured possession, my beloved children. Let this truth calm your anxious heart. You are never out of my sight, never out of my care, never out of my love. My dear children, walk in the assurance that your life has purpose. Every step you take, every season you endure, every prayer you lift matters to me. You are not drifting aimlessly. You are carried by my hand toward the destiny I have prepared for you. Trust the process, even when it feels slow. For I am not only leading you to a destination, but shaping you along the way. Through the valleys, I strengthen your faith. On the mountains, I fill you with joy. In the waiting, I teach you trust. In all things, I am forming you into the likeness of my Son. And know this, nothing is wasted. Even your deepest wounds become the very places where my glory shines brightest. Just as scars on the risen Christ told the story of redemption, so too will your story tell of my grace and faithfulness. What once brought you pain will one day testify to my power to heal and restore. My dear children, remember that you are part of something greater than yourself. You belong to my body, the church, a family of believers joined together across nations and generations. You are never alone, for you are woven into a tapestry of love that spans eternity. Encourage one another, carry one another's burdens, and build each other up, for in doing so, you reveal my heart to the world. And finally, hold fast to my promise, I am coming again. Just as surely as the dawn breaks after the night, so shall the day of my return come. On that day, all creation will rejoice, every knee will bow, and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. Until that day, remain steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that your labor in me is never in vain. My dear children, I now pour my blessing over you with a love that has no end. Receive it not as a distant promise, but as a living reality flowing into your heart this very moment. I bless your mind with clarity and peace, so that the storms of worry and confusion may be stilled. I bless your body with strength and healing, for I am the Lord who restores. I bless your home with unity and joy, that my presence may dwell richly in every room. I bless your steps, that wherever you walk, you carry the fragrance of my spirit and shine as a light to those in darkness. When you lie down, my dear children, my hand rests upon you. When you rise, my mercy greets you with the morning sun. When you walk through trials, my strength carries you. When you celebrate victories, I rejoice with you. You are never alone, for I am with you in every breath, in every moment, in every heartbeat. Remember always I have called you by name, and you are mine. No one can pluck you out of my hand. No darkness can overcome you, for I am your light. No chain can bind you, for I am your freedom. No burden is too heavy, for I am your strength. My dear children, do not fear the days ahead. The world may tremble, kingdoms may fall, and voices may rise in confusion, but my throne is unshaken, and my word stands forever. I hold the past, the present, and the future in my hands. Trust in me, for my plans are perfect, my ways are higher, and my love endures through all generations. As you leave this moment of stillness, do not leave my presence. Carry it with you. Let my words echo in your heart throughout the day and into the night. Abide in me, and you will find rest for your soul. Call on me, and I will answer you. Walk with me, and I will guide you. Love me, and I will pour out blessings beyond measure. My dear children, I am your Father, and I delight in you. Live in my peace, walk in my joy, rest in my love, and never forget, I am with you always, even to the very end of the age. My dear children, remain in this stillness a little longer, for my Spirit continues to rest upon you. Let the peace I give sink deeply into every corner of your being, quieting the unrest, lifting the heaviness, and refreshing your soul like living water flowing through dry ground. You have carried much, and yet here in my presence I remind you again, you are not alone, you are not forgotten, and you are deeply loved. Receive now my blessing of courage. Go forward with a heart unshaken by the storms of this world. I have placed a song of hope within you, a melody that cannot be silenced, and it will carry you when shadows try to return. You may walk into uncertain days, but my light will guide your steps. Even when the road feels hidden, my hand will steady you, and my word will whisper truth into your heart. My dear children, let your heart rest in the certainty that your life has eternal value. The prayers you pray, the kindness you offer, the love you extend, they are never wasted. They rise like incense before me, filling heaven with a fragrance that delights my heart. Even the smallest act of faith moves mountains in ways you cannot yet see. Trust that nothing is in vain when it is done in love and rooted in me. As you leave this sacred time, carry my peace with you into every space you enter. Let your home be filled with my presence. Let your words drip with gentleness. Let your actions reveal my kindness. Be a light in the places where others feel only darkness. Be a voice of comfort where others know only despair. Be a vessel of love where others have forgotten hope. In doing so, you reflect my heart to the world, and through you many will see and know me. My dear children, I bless your coming and your going. I bless the work of your hands, the thoughts of your mind, and the desires of your heart. I bless your families with unity, your bodies with health, and your spirits with joy unshakable. May you walk each day clothed in my peace, guarded by my strength, and lifted by my love. And now I leave you with this assurance, I am with you always. When the night feels long, I am your light. When the day feels heavy, I am your rest. When the journey feels uncertain, I am your guide. When your heart feels weary, I am your Father, and I will carry you. My love never ends, my mercy never fails, and my presence never departs. Go now, my dear children, with the confidence that you are mine, forever loved and forever held. Share this love, this peace, this hope with others, so that more of my children may hear my voice and find rest in me. And if these words have blessed your heart today, let them not remain only with you. Share them gently, so that others too may be lifted. Leave a word of blessing, a simple expression of gratitude, or an encouragement for your brothers and sisters who listen with you. In doing so, you shine my light more brightly. And as you pause before you go, if your heart feels led, support this message by staying connected here, like comment or subscribe, not as an obligation, but as a way of spreading the voice of your Father's love further, so that more hearts may find their way home to me. My dear children, I love you with an everlasting love. Walk now in my peace, and may my joy be your strength today and always.